Okay, so today we will take up The Last Leaf by O. Henry. And before getting into the text, as usual, I will be first with the author of the text, O. Henry. His full name is William Sidney Potter. Okay, and he was born on 11th of September 1862, and he died on 5th June 1910. Okay, so this was his lifespan, and he wrote under the pen name O. Henry. Okay, and he was, now come to his nationality, he was an American short story writer. Okay, you can write these detail in your copies also, so that, or in your book, wherever you find suitable, so that it becomes easy for you to write about him. Okay, and in short, I will deal with I'll just name few of his works, like The Gift of Maggie. This I have given you for your assignment. Then it is The Duplicity of Hargraves. Children, try to read these online. These texts and summaries are available. You can just find them and write in your, just read those books. And this story, I think you all have done it in your 8th class. The Ransom of 8th, not 7th, of Red Chief. Okay, so these are the few books written by, short stories written by O. Henry. And we are going to deal with his short story here, The Last Leaf. Okay, so in this, let's check the characters first. Okay, so the characters in this story are Sue and Johnsy. Okay, these are two young painters. These are two young painters. Then we have the second character. He is also a painter. But he is a bit old person. Okay, his name is Behrman. He is also an old painter. This man has a dream to paint a masterpiece. Okay, masterpiece, and till now he had not succeeded in it. So all these three characters living in the same house, same building. Okay, living in the same building. ठीक है बात? Fine. Okay, so these three characters living in the same building. Now an incident happens that Johnsy, okay, this Johnsy, she fell ill, and she has left all her hopes of getting well. Okay, so this story is about the sacrifice which has been done by this old painter Behrman in order to infuse positive vibes in Johnsy, okay, so that she can get well. So let's start with the chapter. uh, Sue and Johnsy, two young artists, shared a small flat. The flat was on the third story of an old house. Okay, so this is the setting of the story. Johnsy fell very seriously ill in November. She had pneumonia. So Johnsy was suffering from pneumonia. She would lie in her bed without moving, just gazing out of the window. Sue, her friend, became very worried. She went for the doctor. Although he came every day, there was no change in Johnsy's condition. Johnsy was suffering from pneumonia, and she surrendered herself to the bed every time she was gazing outside, and this made her friend Sue very tensed. And Sue got a doctor for her to treat her. And though doctor used to come every day to the house, to her flat, but there was no improvement in Johnsy's condition. One day, the doctor took Sue aside and asked her, "Is anything worrying Johnsy?" So, doctor, he knew it very well that Johnsy doesn't need any treatment right now. She only needs a positive vibe, a positive thought to get herself well. But he was under impression that Johnsy might be having some kind of pressure, or she might be bothered by some kind of thought. So he asked Sue about the about that. Is there anything which is bothering Johnsy? No, replied Sue. But why do you ask? Sue rejects it and says that no, there is no such issue. The doctor said, Johnsy, it seems, has made up her mind that she is not going to get well. If she doesn't want to live, medicines will not help her. A very straightforward remark from the doctor. He said that if Johnsy is not willing to get well, medicines are useless. A person needs their willpower to get well, and Johnsy is lacking in it. Sue tried her best to make Johnsy take an interest in things around her. She talked about clothes, fashions, but Johnsy did not respond. Johnsy continued to lie still on her bed. Sue brought her drawing board into Johnsy's room and started painting. To take Johnsy's mind off her illness, she whistled while working. So Sue was trying each and everything to distract Johnsy's mind. She was putting all her effort in order to enforce, to diffuse positive vibes in Johnsy and to distract her from her present mental condition. Suddenly, Sue heard Johnsy whisper something. She quickly rushed to the bed and heard Johnsy counting backwards. She was looking out of the window and was saying 12. After some time, she whispered 11, then 10, then 9, 8, 7. Sue anxiously looked out of the window. She saw an old ivy creeper climbing halfway up the brick wall opposite their window. In the strong wind outside, the creeper was shedding its leaves. So suddenly one day what happens that Sue heard that Johnsy was whispering something. Okay, and when she tried to hear it, she was counting backwards as if she was counting a countdown. She was backward counting. She was waiting for the end of something to happen. She was waiting for something to start. That why he was counting countdown. And then Sue just looked anxiously, worriedly outside window, and she saw that there was an ivy creeper outside her window, opposite to her window, and that ivy creeper was shedding its leaves due to strong wind and the autumn season. What is it, dear? Sue asked. Sue asked it, that what's the matter? 6, whispered Johnsy. They are falling faster now. 3 days ago, there were almost 100 leaves. There are only 5 left now. So this ivy creeper was the reason of depression in Johnsy. She says that just few days, 3 days before, hundreds of leaves were there, but now you see just few. It is autumn, said Sue, and the leaves will fall. So Sue clarifies it. No, it is an autumn season and leaves are going to wither. They are going to fall. So what's new in it? And what's there to get depressed about it? Oh, that's nonsense, replied Sue. Okay, sorry, I just left 2 lines. When the last leaf falls, I will die, said Johnsy with finality. I have known this for the last 3 days. My God, in these last 3 days, she decided that what is going to happen. She has taken the image of falling up of ivy creeper leaves, symbolizing with the finality of her time period, living time. She took it all in imagination. And she says, with a finality, by giving it a very strong word, that that I will die with the falling of the last leaf. And this truth she came to know about this truth just 3 days before. Oh, that's nonsense, replied Sue. What have old ivy leaves to do with your getting well? She says that there is no relationship between your getting well and that ivy creeper. The falling of that ivy creeper, there is no relationship between it. The doctor is confident that you will get better. She says that doctor is having full confidence that yes, you are going to get well. So why you are bothered about this ivy creeper? Johnsy did not say anything. Sue went and brought her a bowl of soup. I don't want any soup, said Johnsy. I'm not hungry. Now there are only 4 leaves left. I want to see the last one fall before it gets dark. Then I will sleep forever. She has already prepared her mind that with the falling of the ivy leaf, her life is going to end. She is engulfed, surrounded by a preconceived notion that yes, her life and the ivy leaves do possess some kind of relationship. And this false notion she has developed just 3 days before. It's not that she's having this preconceived notion of ending her life or the end of her life with the image of falling up of ivy creeper leaves. No, it's just only 3 days before. So you can see that how these small images, if not taken properly, how and what harmful effect it can cause on human mind. And Sue sat on Johnsy's bed, kissed her, and said, "You are not going to die." And Sue, she sat just behind her and she kissed her forehead and said that, "No, please don't have this kind of depressed mindset. You're not going anywhere. You are going to stay with me. I can't draw the curtain, for I need the light. I want to finish the painting and get some money for us." She says that, "Sorry, I cannot draw the curtains because I need some light," because she was painting a picture so that she can sell it and get some money. "Please, my dear friend," she begged Johnsy, "promise not to look out of the window while I paint." And she begs her friend that don't look out of the window. Okay, so I have just left with few more minutes, so I'll just stop this lecture session here only. Okay, and recording